Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spearhead cast! With me, Matt! Where we have a 2v2 for you all here on Vox Farmlands, I believe, or Vox Fields. Anyway, it's on the Eastern Front. Let's go through the players. This is going to be a long one, as I've been told. We have Monstrum without a commander choice yet. Oh wait, they just picked a commander. They went for Rifle Division. Ooh. And the other one went for Motor Division. Straight out the gate with G1 over 7. The Monstrum and G1 over 7 represent the Soviet Union today. And represent the Axis, we have Nabi Dubs as the Waffen-SS without a commander choice. And Erok Shakur as Panzerdivision for the Wehrmacht. Starting with a basic 1-1-1 opening. And a Pioneer, Volksgrenadier and Grenadier. When you're watching this, it's going to be like 2 days until Commentary is free, I believe. So I'll probably have some videos up about that when it comes out, if I have the time. Because my free time is very limited, unfortunately, but that's just how it is. Doing my best, though, to just keep up with everything. Guess we're just moving around. Special. Cool Waffen quickly driving up here with an MT-44. Trying to establish some field presence. But I think the service man just spotted the Kugelwagen there briefly. Service is still spreading up with their troops. Wait until they can get enough troops to an area. Company is having to get behind cover here because of these sappers. Now the Fontavica revealing themselves. Kugelwagen opening up on the Strelki. Well, I guess they are Strelki, but I call them Fontavica still, I suppose. Sappers getting closer to the Kugelwagen. I do think the Kugelwagen might sometimes be a little bit too, I suppose, bulletproof. Which I really think is a little bit too annoying sometimes, because it really means it's very powerful. As you can see, like, with the support of these Storm Pioneers and Storm Pioneers, obviously. That's a dead Sapper squad. You know, the Soviets also pushing up here. Wehrmacht is having a little bit of a harder time against the Soviets up here. Soviet Jeep here. Happily available because they're playing as motor. With a Dushka machine gun on top. Really potent. Take out other vehicles with these. Also get some good shots there on the Volksgrenadier. Honestly, I feel these light vehicles might be a little bit too good, but that might just be my opinion. At least armor-wise and survivability-wise. Oh, and yeah, that's it, Volksgrenadier. Tappers and Fontavica have been forced back, though. The Kugelwagen got a damaged engine down here. With the gunner still being around, that's a problem. But there we go, gunner gone. Now it's not much of a threat. And the Soviets bringing more and more units to the front line. Grenade being thrown here. Kugelwagen trying to repair while it's under fire. Or more Fontavica arriving. We are trying to hide the Kugelwagen, but they know it's there, so they're throwing a grenade on it. Or at least around it. Almost destroyed it. Kugelwagen is gone. There we go. It's been immobilized and actually decrewed. More Sturmgun is coming up here. Still no command choice from the Waffen-SS. I think we are cautious with picking their command, and they are mowing out those Fontavica. Very accurate rifle fire, as you can see. But the Soviet is playing as a rifle division, which means they can replace their losses pretty quickly. There's more manpower, first of all. Just keep driving up again. He also has some Odon on the field here. Odon engineers, by the looks of it. Unique unit able to motor. These guys can sneak when you get to 2 command points, apparently. They cannot sneak immediately out the gates. You know, the Germans trying to dig in with barbed wire and sandbags. These with the Grenadiers they have available. We also have an MT-42 on the field here. We're not going to move up to try and secure the point, though. The fight continues down here. We do have a Maxim, but it's been suppressed by an MT-34 inside the building. Mthis is doing a lot of work today. But the Soviets are pushing up here, able to secure the fuel point slowly. Now, Dushka is providing some good long-range firepower with a 50 caliber machine gun. Because I believe the Dushka is essentially a Russian 50 caliber machine gun. Have a look. Our service are moving troops around. Wagen has been recruited, it's trying to get repaired slowly. Int-34 remains inside this barn building. Getting a lot of good shots in. Udon are now able to sneak because they got the 2 command points, which could be very vital. Ooh, MT-42 got some good salvo off there on the Jeep. Bossing it back, but it's still alive somehow. Before the 2 being moved up to support as the Germans secure more ground. Udon is sneaking up, but there's probably going to be a grenadier nearby. Yep, probably know they're there. Remember, you also do not capture while sneaking anymore, so you can surprise them if they get close. So these Udon could technically get up behind a truck here and then start attacking. Depends where they want to be relocated. They need to be cautious of this machine gun though. Ooh, Mthis got killed there. They didn't manage to get the Molotov off. We'll burn that MT-42 crew, unless that one guy's really lucky. Like, he's very lucky. Udon are moving now, revealing themselves with their drum magazine PPSHs. Mowing down one squad there. And they are considered very high elite troops, so these guys are very accurate. As you can see, the PPSH is actually doing a lot of work here. They might actually just be able to kill those grenadiers. Also, the Dushka support again. Pioneers nearby though. And now they no longer have the cover angle. Cover is very important depending on the angling. Looks like the Mthis has gone for Panzerdivision. So we have double Panzer for the Germans. Not a bad choice, I suppose. Panzer is very powerful. Udon are falling back. Storm Grenadiers are assaulting this area. Lots of Storm Grenadiers here. Being equipped with MT-42s as well. Soviets are on the retreat. Not looking good there. We have some actual Udon recon infantry here. Very high quality 6-man squads available to motorized. We also have some Belarusian irregulars on the field. Very rare we get to see these guys. It's cool to see them. Oh, and I am being called. This is a very bad timing for me. My bad. My apologies, everyone. I did not expect to get called for like a study thing, like as in study of them surveying stuff. But then again, I do live in Denmark where we do actually have some national surveys going on all the time to gauge what people are thinking about. But that's not what you're here for. Anyway, yeah, back to the action here. Udon are trying to get some work done, and they do kill a squad there with a grenade. But will that MG42 rip into them? Oh, they do drop smoke when they retreat, right? And the Belarusians are gonna serve as a deterrent. Oh, they do still kill the Udon. Ooh. Yeah, that is the power of an MG42. So the Belarusians will make it out of there, though. Now the southern flank. You have a Quagmire moving up. When these Storm Pioneers might be in trouble. Need to be cautious around that Quagmire. You also do have a pack 40 coming up quick. It'll take a while before it reaches the front line. MT-34 crew is dead. Quagmire is trying to get shots down on the Storm Grenadier. You have more conscripts coming up as well. Looks like at long range, the Quagmire's not doing it a lot against the heavy cover here. Rates are being changed though. But the Storm Grenadiers are more accurate, especially with the Mthis out in the open, as we can see mowing them down in seconds. We also have a machine gun coming up here. You have a command tank, a Panzer II Loops coming up as well for the Germans. And that's a destroyed Jeep. But by 2 centimeter autocannon. But they're not actually doing that well up here. We have some more Udon infantry arriving. Well, the Soviets are trying to be aggressive down here. Quagmire is dangerous. Just need to get a good sight line, and he needs to be cautious of that pack. Ooh, it has to reload. It means the pack has a chance to kill it. Yep. One shot's all it takes. We do have a T-70 on the field as well. Soviets are trying to get all the equipment out, but they are lacking in infantry to the southern flank. Need to see if the Soviets can utilize their stealth abilities more here. The Germans are quickly going to dig in on the northern flank here. Also getting an outclass because they realize they're fighting a much of a sneaky commander because the Belarusians and Leodan. Soviet mortar teams arriving as well. Bazooka is equipped here on the tank hunters rather than the PTS. Probably to help deal with the Panther II. E70 moving up here to support. Although I think the Panther II has a decent chance to penetrate the front, but I'm not sure. Yeah, that's one shot there. All it takes is 2 penetrating shots to kill it. I don't think these guys have anti-tank equipment though, and they've been spotted. Panther IV F1 moving up. That's actually an F1 command tank. And that's probably that Belarusian squad. Yep. Germans are being very aggressive here. Gone on the field though. We also have the tank on the team nearby with the bazooka, but they got suppressed. Oh, they do actually hit with a bazooka though. Allowing the Udon to get close to an anti-tank grenade. And the F1 is decrewed. Panther 2 moving forward with some German infantry though. Sturmgrenadiers is moving up there. Udon being killed. And that's not good. Very expensive squad to lose. Ostdeutschland and Panzergrenadiers coming into the field as well. Panther 4 completely denied. So it's suffering heavy losses. The others are just continuously pushing forwards. But the Sappers are pushing up down here as well. And that Kugelwagen just is not taking any damage. Really, I think those light vehicles should be a lot more susceptible if you're close enough. Oh, good shot with the bazooka again. Got the O'Donnell also nearby. Lots of pioneers up here. But they can't get another man on the tank team because there are enough veterans to get it. Which is a unique thing to the Soviet tank on the team, I think. Like I said, we have 4-man squads rather than 3-man. Until they've been calling on the building though, so I don't think the Soviets can stick around. Yep, that's very accurate artillery there. Building a blaze, and now it's gonna burn down. We have a Soviet Kapitan on the field as well. Able to call in some heavy barrages if they need it. Sitting around without a gun actually. Just as a play gun, an imaginary gun. So machine gun here, and this is the Gorienov? I'll just call it Stankovai, I think. Yeah, Stankovai. This uses the Dushka mod and Dushka sound, but it fires a lot faster. Essentially meant to be like a better Maxim. Like, it's actually lays out a lot of suppressive fire. But good usage of the Sis gun as well, supporting. Getting a Sturm Pioneer squad entirely. Conscripts moving around. Sturm Pioneers trying to get around here. Also trying to get closer, allowing the Stankovai to set up. And one burst, it forces the Sturm Grenadiers off. Now the conscripts could just merge with the squad there to keep them to full power, but people play as they play after all. This guy moving up, we have more Savas moving up as well. Capitan remains around on watch. Panther 2 reveals itself. That Kugelwagen is just way too hard to kill with infantry. Good shot there from the Sis gun, forcing the Panther 2 to move back. The Soviets just need to find a way to secure the fuel down here quick. We do have a Valentine tank here in the center. Unique to motor and tank destroyer, I believe, for the Soviet Union. Then leads from the Commonwealth. The Soviet recon forces became very fond of the Valentine, I believe. Used it for most of the war. They had access to it. Kind of like its firepower, I believe, for being such a small tank. Well, Molotov in the weight of the Grenadiers to prevent it from moving up. Didn't do much though. Now the conscripts might just get shut up here. Especially with the Großdeutzer nearby. But Valentine shows up. Building a high explosive round. But the smoke does prevent the high explosive round from going off by the looks of it. F1 is also nearby, which could technically penetrate the front of a Valentine, I believe. But the Valentine has a pretty good gun for its size. So you do have to be cautious around it, especially just with an F1. Großdeutzer moving around here, serving as essentially a recon squad for your tanks. They're really good at it too. Mthis is trying to push down here. Too close range artillery strike here from the Sys gun. Especially as the Mthis is all come out of that road. Yeah, stuff like that happens if you try to do that. Bunker ready to move again. Valentine fighting here with the F1. Looks like the Valentine is winning out, and indeed it does. There's a pack nearby though. Valentine needs to keep backing off, but it's been stunned. There it goes. Able to back off safely as more Odon infantry move up here. So the Kugelfire finally went down over here. 84-2 sitting up back here for the Waffen. They've actually lost a lot of squads in a very short amount of time. The Soviets are turning this around. The Soviets are pretty good at doing, by the way. The Soviets can really sustain losses early on. And that's the Panzerjäger. Odon armed with the RPD light machine gun. Done with PPSAs around. The Alpha class also nearby though. Probably trying to get close to these pioneers to mow them down. Cautious though. Soviets are getting a lot of ground suddenly, including having a stolen MT-34 here. The Waffen-SS is very much in the back foot. Unlike the Soviets, the Waffen-SS cannot replace the numbers easily. They're going for double... those stormtroopers? Nope, they're also storm grenadiers. Soviets is just around with the units. You do have a light... oh, well, lieutenant, I suppose. Lieutenant. Of the motor division. Lots of machine guns nearby to deal with the storm grenadier. Like, if they get around this corner, they'll die. Ooh, that's not gonna be good. A double machine gun. Triple machine gun soon. We also have a T-34 76 already. Machine gun has to pull back quickly. So artillery strikes are coming in from the Capitan, I believe. Yep. And it's going to be a very big barrage too, I think. Delayed fire. How the T-34 took no damage from that, I have no idea. Especially with shells that size. Explosive loaded here on the pack. Good shot there from the pack though. Got an engine fire. But the Sys gun is also maintaining its role as a support piece. Chilling towards the pack. Hansky is trying to get close. Gamers are digging in the best they can to try and hold back. Because the Soviets just keep advancing now. Just the powers of the Soviet Union. They can just keep advancing. I do wonder how long it'll be before the Spearhead cast will no longer be the Spearhead cast. Because obviously Spearhead 2 is going to be renamed at some point. Here soon. I have some more soda here for myself to drink. So apologies for that, but I just wanted to get some soda here. It's like a Danish soda called Squash. It's called Squash Light at the moment because I obviously try to avoid sugar. Yeah, you cannot really sneak up here when there's an Aufklar. No, actually! Actually, Aufklar spots them, but I think the Großdeutschland does as well. Because they consider recon infantry. Which makes them very potent in what they do. If I'm pushing up here, there is a lack of 80 guns man at the moment. But it's not the best at hitting a machine gun with its AP shells. Just gonna opening fire again. They're calling it an artillery barrage. I think that's a strafing run. Because Motor gets access to the Air Force, right? Only one strafe though, because they got cancelled somewhat through. More T-5476s are being prepared. More T-34s are preparing to roll up. Well, just one T-34 here, but two or more are coming in from the Motor Division after all. Valentine has caused some issues though. We do have a Panther tank coming out here for the Panzer Division, which will certainly be a problem. But I don't think the service can deal with a Panther this early. Well, early, it's 21 minutes, but you know what I mean. Good machine gun team really rolling up there. But the pack didn't penetrate the rear of the T-34, that's rare. Here we have a Panther. We do have a KV-1 coming out as well. Panther's on the hunt. Who doesn't hit there? Trying to chase it down, but there are infantry with anti-tank grenades. Oh, the Storm Grenadiers just rushing out on the open. Which you actually don't want to do with such high quality infantry because they're just going to be vulnerable targets. Sure, they kill a conscript squad, but that's not really that much. If the Soviets are still also threatening up here. Or more Belarusian irregulars on the field as well. I like the use of Belarusian irregulars, it's nice to see. Even for pushing up here. Ooh, Siscon got a penetrating shot on the Panther. Maybe a shot from the Panther destroys the main gun of the T-34. Forcing it back for repairs. Also had a Major, I think. Or something else. I forgot what it's called for the Germans as their final tier. Not Hauptsturmführer. Is it Obersturmbannführer? It might be Obersturmbannführer, but I'm not sure. Because the SS ranks are so confusing. At least the Wehrmacht ones I can kind of remember. It's Leutnant, Hauptmann, and Major. A little bit more similar to Danish, apart from the Hauptmann. If it was to move on the northern flank. The Soviets are now taking in and preparing for the next part of the front. Panther's ready to move again. Almost got mowed down quickly by machine guns. Machine guns are deadly. They've been calling on the pack, but it's going to be able to move. Not artillery again, it's the Soviet Air Force, my bad. It's cool to see the Red Air Force being utilized though. Panther moving upwards, we do have a KV-1 in the field. Which will not be able to stand up to a Panther, like just saying. The Panther's way too better of a vehicle. So I don't think the KV-1's going to do a lot. But with all the conscripts perhaps, they can definitely threaten it. Panther's trying to get some shots in on the KV. And they're trying to shoot the Siscon. There's our double Siscon in the area. Hauptmann or Hauptsturmführer trying to call in an artillery strike here. It's going to be Nebelwerfer. That's going to be some big rockets if they can manage to get the artillery strike off. Ooh, good shot down the Panther because it's showing its ass. Got a good shot on the KV-1 though. One Storm Grenadier squad is down, however. Rockets are coming in here. Big Nebelwerfer rockets. Not doing that much damage, but does stun, which allows the Panther to kill the KV-1 safely. These guns are doing their best here, but they are all pinned. Well, no, they are not pinned anymore. You know, the conscripts are being stopped as they try to push up here. Look at the Pioneers are dug in heavily. Relying a lot on Pioneers. Panther being repaired again. We also have some first assist Panzer Grenadiers coming onto the field. Unique to Panzer Division, obviously. So it's lacking in infantry at the front line here, which is certainly allowing the German infantry to just push up. Lots of light machine guns on all these German units. Panther pushing up as well. As the German infantry just clear out the systems. The MG42s. Yes, the Panzer Grenadiers now being equipped with Sturmgewehrs. Usually what we see, so not that much of a surprise. There's a ranging shot going in, but the Soviet officer did die, I think. More of a push here from the German Wehrmacht. They're also getting their own Panther. Looks like we're gonna have a lot of Panthers. Balladon being thrown. And great in return from the Belarusians. Great assault under Udon, forced them back. Both sides retreat. T-34's around, more packs rolling up. I said we are in for a long match here, so be steady. Well, I'm probably saying that more to myself because I know it's going to be long and hard for me to keep concentration. I'm not good with matches this long generally. A machine gun here. T-34 sitting up. The Panthers are certainly going to be a problem here for the Soviet Union because they really are lacking in things to actually fight off the Panthers reliably. We got very lucky with the T-34s, but I don't think that'll be enough. That's the T-34, by the way. Unless the Panther doesn't shoot. There we go, but it missed. Being very cautious here, aren't we? Lots of Soviet conscripts prepared, which is kind of the power of Soviet rifle. Because they only cost 150 at the moment. They can get a lot of conscripts out for fairly cheap. And that's the machine gun team. Looks like a high explosive round here from the Panther took it out. A little bit of a shot there. All these conscripts kind of need to rush, I think. Oh, they also got a good penetration shot there on the Panther. Kill the conscripts, you just oorah and rush in there. Because that is a lot of Soviet troops. Yeah, oorah is actually pretty good when you read it. It's a lot better than just a normal sprint. Makes them run faster, they are harder to hit. And they are harder to basically suppress as well, which is pretty big. What does it say? Disable weapon teams while moving. Huh. Tweaking. Plus the massive conscripts is just working out here, because that is kind of the power of Soviet rifle. They can just keep pulling men to the battle line and keep fighting. With the Utana being a little bit more sneaky up here. The Wehrmacht is detecting them. At least somewhat. His guns are being recovered and being pulled back to safety. Gone, opening fire. Father Larton in front of them. Oh, almost killing them. And we have some Belarusians coming up. And with the PPD, the predecessor to the PPSH. MTS also being prepared. We have a little bit of a Soviet armored force being prepared behind the line. As more conscripts are being called in as well. So the Soviets intend to just flood this front line. So the Germans are just gonna try and hold them back with more and more machine guns. Hopefully this will not mess anything up. I'm just making it full screen for me because of the resolution stuff. I don't think that affects the recording, at least not from what I saw the last time. Ooh, double Panther now. Now this is getting scary, because the more Panthers there are, the Soviets gonna have a harder and harder time. Panthers are pretty effective and efficient if you can get them to do the right things. High explosive round being loaded here. But Air Force strafes overhead on the northern flank. This gun is cleared out. And that's this gun is just getting mowed down by the machine guns and the Panthers. But you need to remember, not only is it a big gun, it also has two MT-34s and an MT-42 on top if you upgrade it. Of course, it's currently suppressed by the looks of it. There we go, now the gun is back up. Lots of killed here. Soviet T-34s on the move. The lack of German mines here. Pack is quickly turning around though. They also have a Panther up here. Let's quickly move to engage. A good flanking shot there on the T-34. MTs are quickly rushing up though. I'm trying to use the opening here of the Panther. Probably should have started moving earlier. Lots of a tank on the team. Missed though. T-34 gone. MTs are pushing forwards. Getting very close here to the Panther. Ooh, got a good shot there into the driver. And the MT does fire fast. And they got it. One Panther down. One MT down though. But not necessarily the machine guns on tanks. They can do a lot of work for you. But it has allowed the Soviets to start pushing up again on the northern flank. Massive conscripts on securing ground. Apparently this MT is doing a lot of work despite being out of control and doing very weird maneuvers. Probably gonna die very weirdly here suddenly, yep. That's one of the weird things about out of control. Sometimes it looks a little bit awkward. Mines being laid here by the Soviets. They expect they'll be overrun here by the Panthers, I imagine. A few mines could equalize the odds. Conscript falling back here, single conscript. Looks like it's actually the conscript officer. You can kind of recognize him because of the cap. And the PBSH, obviously. But the Panther is hunting. But the advancing an 80 grade off, they didn't do anything. Brave attempt at being a hero, Petrov. Brave attempt. But it wasn't enough. Also, note 80 guns, I don't think it shows, but 80 guns actually are easier to hit if they near each other now, so you do actually want to spread them out a little bit. Keeping them together makes them an easier target. Ah, the Soviet infantry just cannot do much here. Didn't penetrate either. The front of the Panther is just too much. Ooh, one shot there from an 80 gun though. All it takes is a penetration on the Panther, and that means it will be in trouble. The Soviets advancing very rapidly up here, just lots of conscripts. Like if all else fails, just flood the map with bodies. Very Soviet approach to things. Which go figure, they are playing as the Soviets. Good high explosive there, as you can see, much easier to hit. Panzer Grenadiers now pushing up, lots of Panzer Grenadiers. Very good lead infantry is supposed to work alongside vehicles. Getting a lot of kills too. Might be that sapper. Yep. Far too much negative cover. You have a KV-1 nearby. Panther keeps advancing. As the Soviets bring up a lot of units now. A lot of infantry, but there's not a lot of cover here. Fortunately for them, the Panthers have a high explosive round ready, so they just pull back instead of being mobile by machine guns. Meanwhile, the MChas are attacking the German base. We do have a Panzerknacker here. There we go, that's the dead Sherman then. But the MChas do manage to get inside the base, but they get taken out by all the Soviet equipment. Very close damage though. Oh, mine almost killed the Panther there. As you can see, one Panther almost destroyed a full Panther. Oh, mine almost destroyed a full Panther, I mean. Which is the power of mines. Udon manages to actually pants with their anti-tank grenades. Almost disabling that Panther entirely. Pascal is trying to get a grenade assault done. Mthis doing its best here. Doing a lot of work with its machine guns. More conscripts and Belarusians are preparing. And more conscripts for the southern flank as well. I think as much as playing his rifle division, he can just flood the field with them. Grabbing everything he needs on the way as well with them. Double KB1. Okay, so we're going for a lot of heavier armor here for the Soviets. They're also not double KB1s anymore, they're KB1Es, which means they do have a lot more armor. They might be able to deflect a Panther round or two. Dumgan is pushing up somewhat, but it's not working out that well for them. As the services keep coming. Now the KB1 is here. We have the Surge push up here again with an M-chat and more conscripts. The Panther is heading southwards to deal with the KB1s though, and not defend the base. Hansky is trying to get close, but that's death sentence and just too many rifles. Conscripts do fall back though, which they really did not need to, I think. Probably because of that Panther. Now the K1, despite having more armor, still cannot fight the Panther frontally. Its main gun just is not big enough. I'm sure they might have a chance to penetrate, but the chance is just so slim. That's one K1 down there. Other K1 slowly pushing up. But a pretty decent shot there. But the Panther just pushes forwards. There you go, of the Panther. I think the service probably need more mines. I'm just sitting around on the northern part of the flank. We have to see 5 Udon engineers. I rarely see that. Just have more Udon squads being prepared. Because these Panthers are definitely gonna be the linchpin that the British rely on. Officers down here getting overrun by conscripts. And more Soviets flooding the front line. And the Germans need to keep these Panthers operational at all times. You also have another Panther running here for the Wehrmacht. That'll give them the Panther coverage they need. An assault here from the Udon engineers. But out in the open like that, they're still very vulnerable. You need to keep elite infantry behind cover. Or just really any infantry. And that's the tank on those team. As the Panzer Grenadiers advance. Dodging grenades being thrown at them. Panther advancing southwards. Trying to use that SIS gun pretty quickly. Explosive round loaded. Pistol, which is good for the SIS team. We're trying to lay mines in front of it. Yeah, that doesn't work. We shut the rear of the M-chests as they flank around. And the M-chests are fairly accurate on the move. But now the M-chests are in trouble because there's another Panther. Oh, they got the main gun! Another Panther moving up. Unfortunately, the Belarusians have no anti-tank equipment. This is another dead M-chat.
The enemy has destroyed one of our vehicles.
They're looking good here. But so to hold a lot of the ground. Our Panzer II command tank on the field as well for the Wehrmacht as they prepare to push. They're mostly dealing with conscripts, which is not going to be much of a threat. Conscripts are trying to rush forwards, but they get, well, pushed back. Grenadiers remaining around the trees there, but we are going to see some grenades. As the other conscripts just run in. I wonder if some of them are called Leroy. What's a Russian-sounding Leroy name? I'm not sure. I'm not good with Russian names. That was throwing a grenade there, and the Storm Grenadiers forced them back. Oh yeah, I'm really excited to see Spearhead free. For Company of Heroes free. They already have the server up now, if you're wondering. I'm gonna be excited to see how quickly they can get something out that I can start casting. Because I'll be casting Company of Heroes free modded stuff like Spearhead or any other mod that takes my fancy potentially. It might go big because apparently modding in Company of Heroes 3 might be good, for hopefully. At least it might be better than Company of Heroes 2 modding, because I've heard Company of Heroes 2 modding is really hard to do. Really annoying to do. The fact that we have stuff like Spearhead is like a very big thing, I think. Hanscom just pushing up here in the southern flank. It's a veteran 2-3 Panther now, so this is a really good Panther. Putting a high explosive round. You can actually become a Panzer Ace now if you can get back to friendly territory. Which means you can actually capture territory now. Which is unique to Mthis Panzer, I believe. Yeah, because the Wehrmacht Panzer does not get that for their Panthers. It's not on the upgrade list. We're pushing forward their PBS Aegis. Which can suppress. They could actually just have won that after they lost 2 members, I think, because they mentioned suppress. You never know. Another MCR arriving. Surits are kinda doing a little bit of the same stuff at the moment. They are not really adapting, but it's very hard to adapt to Panthers, I guess. At least if you don't have the gear to stop them. Hitler Youth coming out here to supplement the Waffen-SS. They lost all the Storm Grenadiers, so now the Hitler Youth are gonna take the slack. Well, pick up the slack. Entry trying to fight a Panther here. Ooh, that's a dead end shot. We're sending its rear like it is. Oh, it survived somehow. Well, the Panther's just gonna chase. Yep, that's the group Sherman. But service can recover that Sherman. Oh, machine gun here on the Panther. Oh, and that Syscon's got decrewed again. It's not easy to keep a Syscon crew while on the machine gun fire. And yeah, the machine guns won't do a lot to the Panther here. 18 grade might. Nope, doesn't penetrate the front. The front of the Panther is pretty thick, so you need to be careful with it. I wonder if this battle will go on long enough to actually see the King Tiger. I have a suspicion we might. This is the Germans are slowly getting ground again. Lots of conscripts still around though. But they're gonna rush that Grenadier. There's only 4 of them. That's a lot of conscripts. And indeed they run back, quickly realize they're gonna fight that. Panther pushing up down here again. Yeah, that says it's not gonna do a lot. There's too much machine gun fire on it. Donner trying to flank. Which I don't think will do a lot against the Panther unless they can get very close. The machine guns on the Panther's already doing a lot of work, at least for suppressing. The Surge are gonna try and overrun. They're laying more mines, good to see. They realize they need to be using mines to deal with these Panthers if they get pushed back. Also give the Soviets something to use their munitions on, I suppose. Which they do have a lot of. So we're paying that Panther on the northern flank. This C3 Panther remains a menace. Good grenade there from the Storm Grenadier. More mines are being laid. Probably gonna prompt the Germans to try and get some minesweeper units. Machine guns now being mowed on these sappers. Oh god. Almost killed them quickly in short order there. Getting close to this well, you can see just how fast this Panther's killing stuff. It has it has 106 kills. That's a pretty high amount. The Sherman is somewhat being recovered here for the Soviet Union. As the Wehrmacht is getting more units to supplements. Mthis doing the same, getting the Hitler Youth out. And scavenging any wrecks they can find. Very good. It's going to give them more resource to work with. Let's see, we have another KV-1. No, that's actually a T-3476. Tiger tank being prepared here now by the Wehrmacht. No, actually that's the Waffen, that's my bad. More Kunskas pushing up as well. Absolutely typical. It's not to stop the Soviets from taking the point back, but the Germans could just get some shots in, and the Kunskas do get suppressed fast if they don't have Ura activated. The Panther's just going to turn his machine guns and start mowing them down. Oh boy. One more T-34s now going to be called in. I think the Soviets realize they just need to get stuff out. Yeah, I'm not sure it's worth going for the final tier with the buildings for certain Soviet commanders. Because the upgrades are just sometimes not worth it. Panther remains a menace. Well, the Kunskas are trying to overrun it by surrounding it and attacking from different angles, but it's not working out at the moment. These attack rates are just not penetrating. The Germans have secured a lot of ground again. They have both fuel points. Panther advance in the north, encountering the M-chess. Not the one that was recovered. This is rifling they definitely grenadiers. What's the damage to those tank hunters? If they was trying to move up, but the Panther can just stop them. Like so. We also have a Tiger tank now. Which will certainly be a problem here for the Waffen-SS. Oh, good shit there from the T-34, managing to penetrate. Managed to go ramming here for the Wehrmacht. Mr. Donner holding on. Hands of Tiger tank, I mean. Remains around and a threat. Doesn't know there's mines in the road though. I don't have any Storm Pioneers either with minesweepers, so this road is actually going to be very dangerous for the Germans. Ooh, Tiger moving to flank, but oh, stop right in front of the mine! Got him penetrated though by. I didn't hit the mine! The mine went off and destroyed the Tiger tank. And see, that's why you need to get mines. Mines are really good at dealing with tanks. Hansby just ran over a mine on the retreat. And this might prompt the Germans to get minesweepers. Realizing that stuff like that can happen. But the Soviets are forced back in the north again. Using a lot more of their Udan. The Belarusians have stayed alive a lot longer than the Udan has. Now the T-34 is going to be on the move. The Panther. It's going to buy them some time. And if we're going to try and get close here to the T-34s. Especially because they're being distracted by the Panther. I think a Panzerknacker on one. No, they didn't manage to get it off. There we go. So that's going to be 2 dead T-34s. Only 1 remains. The power of the Panzerknacker is you can basically guarantee it's going to destroy the Allied tank. Just not easy to get off. Who still got a good shot then? The Sherman. Panthers also moving to flank. Sherman down.
We have lost one of our armored vehicles.
And the Soviets just don't have any commanders that has any good late vehicles. I said, that's not even from the Odon, this one. This is from the Rifle Company. Rifle Division. I think the Odon, the motorized, might need to want to invest because I believe they still get the SU or ISU. I'm not sure if they still get that or whatever they get from their tier 4 building. Even get anything. All I know, they don't. So the Soviets are going to be able to secure the southern field point again. Mthis is just not really having their units sent out at the moment to fight. Command path on the field here. Oh, I'm scratching behind my ear at the moment. Soviets is bringing out more and more conscripts to secure around. Which they are pretty good at, so you can just overrun the field with them. Actually, I wanted to see if I can take a good screenshot here. It doesn't really look like the best one at all. But I need a thumbnail for this video. Perhaps this one of two Panthers on the move like that. There we go. Might be a good one as a first candidate. Let's see. So it's getting more and more tanks. And now the Panzergrenadiers, well, Sturmgrenadiers and Hitlerjugend moving up. Trying to secure ground again. Ooh, that's T-34 not gonna last long. It has to pull back. Oh, it's just staying. That's it, gone. Let's see, the Panther tank is still causing issues. Just lots of good play here with their armor. But the Soviets, I don't think really can deal with this armor effectively. They just don't have the tools. And they're doing their best here, don't get me wrong. Throwing a Molotov, yeah, that's easily dodged. Also, minesweepers are now available for the Germans. So it's keep losing units. Oh, okay, you can just click on the name of the taskbar and it'll remove it. Good to know. Another T-34 here, which is not gonna last long. It has to pull back there. And Panther moving up again. Putting a high explosive around. It's a veteran C4 Panther out with 131 kills. High explosive this still misses though. Despite its very good crew. Able to Soviets have prepared quite a tank force up here of MChess. And this is that's gonna be a lot of tank wrecks here, isn't there? Artillery strike called in as well by looks of it. A minor wind off? Probably a minor wind off to the artillery strike. After this, trying to run down here. Sturmgewehr doing their best. Molotov though. Got a very good one on them. Oh, we do have a 100mm AT gun being set up here by the Soviets. which could probably effectively deal with the Panther situation. Now the Wehrmacht keeps pushing pretty well up here with its troops. So we just need to do something to turn this around. The 100mm is getting used here. Mines are on the ground though. After spotting that 100mm, they also decide to not push up immediately. Let's turn to fight the infantry. Oh, because it's not been ordered to only prioritize vehicles. Not the best unit to use against the infantry, in case you're wondering. Oh, MTS are advancing. Yeah, that's a bit of thumbnail. Big advance there. Will the MTR win out? No, it's not. Oh, there's the crew. Can the Sherman win it? Yes, it can. But gets taken out by a Panzerfaust at the end. So that's actually pretty costly for the Germans because replacing 2 Panthers is not cheap. That's why you always need to keep your tank's flanks covered. Germans should easily do that with using mines. The Soviets are trying to advance down here again. Ooh, and the Sturmgrenadiers are being overrun somewhat. Yeah, conscripts will just keep arriving on the front line, really. What can the Germans do to keep up with that? Great assault here from the Panzergrenadier. And for still not prepared up here. They get somewhat vulnerable. But the Soviets are still overrunning all the Germans overrunning the Soviets inside the buildings. Good shots with the DPM though. We're not also the move. Those are very high quality infantry, they can get the job done. About the London being thrown though. It's also a good job there. T-34 needs some repairs down here.
You need something built? You need something demolished?
Get repairs in that T-34. No further tanks here for the Waffen yet. They might be going for a Tiger rather than a Panther, I don't know. Look at another Panther. Perhaps they're going for a command Panther again? Hitler Youth and the Panzergrenadiers tried to push up, but the T-34 and the Soviets managed to keep them at bay. Hitler Youth get mowed down. Ooh, I'm not trying to get closer. That's going to be suicide though. And that Panther's just in a good spot at the moment. Not easy to assault, especially with troops nearby covering it. Rodon Engineers actually died. Pretty costly loss for 4-man squads. Despite being 4-man, they're fairly expensive, I believe. They're 360 for a 4-man squad. Ooh. That's costly. So let's keep extending their defense nets as another command Panther has arrived. This is going to start with APCR rounds. Increases chance to penetrate, but it's taking a while. And sometimes I feel it's bugged when you click to load the new rounds. Because they sometimes only really get one shot off. Actually, no shots off this time. That's awkward. Just because they know the Panther's there, I think. It was also within range. Another Panther being prepared again. Submachine guns keep the German infantry at bay. remains around, but it has to be cautious of this Panther. Which Blitzing is running down the M-shot. There's a tank on the team nearby though. Which deters it. 100mm AT gun being set up here by the Soviets, which will certainly prevent the Panthers from being an issue on that open plain right there. The Germans maintain their slow advance up here. Now, motorized just doesn't have the tools to deal with the Panthers that effectively, but the German flanks have been pretty good here. Donner pushing up here. Also some nearby sappers. Trying to grab all the equipment they can again. Well, round. Using grenades forces the Hauptmann off. If he gets taken out. 100mm is up though, which forces the Panthers to back off. Yes, they cannot advance there. More mines also being laid down here. Soviets are really using a lot of mines now. And just took a shot there. That's another Demcha. We have a long match here still. Oh god. Why are this match is so long? Just being fight here on the Sappers. I'm not the young man I used to be. Especially after work. Like after work I just don't have the energy to do all of these big matches sometimes. But I'm still trying for you guys. And girls. If there's any girls, but I think it's mostly guys. At least according to my analytics on my YouTube page, it's mostly males who watch me. And most of them from the United States. Which I suppose is not that surprising in all honesty. Also a fair few from Germany actually. But I believe according to my analytics it was 97% it considered that it thinks are males that watch my YouTube channel and content. Which, of course it is. Oh, another mine there. The Germans have to watch their steps as they advance. I believe these Belarusians, if used correctly, could actually lay mines while they're stealthed. Command tank got taken out again. Oh, there's also 100mm up here. There are 3 100mm AT guns around. And these guys will be spotted by the Aufklärer shortly. Depending on where they move, they can all now capture territory while they are stealthed, if you're wondering. And they're no longer stealth, so they'll now capture it, as you can see. The Germans are slowly building up again. I wonder what Shakur is doing. Might they be setting up for the even have the final tier building? I don't think they do. Okay, they're not at... That's right, because the Panther's now in this building. Not sure about that, because the Panther is still just so good. I feel the Panther should probably be moved to the tier 4 personally, but that's just my own opinion, because the Panther is still just really, really good. I quite liked it when the Tiger was moved to tier 3 though. You know, it's a good decision. Well, that doesn't seem to be the case anymore. At least according to the tooltip here. Now I believe the Wehrmacht Tiger tank is back in being the tier 4 building. Panther's advancing. Come on, Panther, anyhow. MT then moving up to try and counter its movements. It's a little bit of a cat and mouse game. A big push here from the Germans. More mines are being set off though. MT on. Cautious though, there's mines everywhere. You know, the Soviets are just digging in wherever they can. And its 100mm will deter the tanks from getting too close. The Panther's moving up here. Ghana still not getting any way there. Artillery being called here on the German positions. This is going to be big rockets. Very big rockets. Taking out the bunker. Artillery being called here by the Wehrmacht now. Looks like it's going to be a precision barrage from a 10.5cm howitzer. But the other guy's not at me! I do like some of the voice lines. Some more shells coming in now. Doing some fair amount of damage to the buildings. This poor little place is going to be completely demolished at some point. Another Panther being paid here by the Wehrmacht. I guess the Germans realize they just need Panthers, and when they have enough Panthers in critical mass, they can just overrun. Also, we have a Stukas of Fuss. Germans are extending what units they have. And another T-34. Looks like it is. And the Russians are just trying to storm a Panther frontally, which is not gonna work. As you can see, the machine guns are just too potent on it. Unfortunately, the veteran Panther did die a while ago, but these are veteran C3 Panthers now. Well, this one is anyway. To be careful where it moves. Oh, good shot there from the M-chat. Ooh, another good shot from the M-chat. Interconnect win out here if it's lucky. Yeah, it does. I think the command Panther takes it out. Sometimes a rapid fire, fast moving tank with good accuracy is all it takes. There's a mine right there. Boom! Well, yeah, that's that guy. It's blown up in his face with a freaking mine. This command Panther still gonna work. Oh my god, it's taken out by the 100mm! As the 100mm will threaten the Panthers, obviously. It's just gonna be Panthers everywhere, isn't it? He's trying to advance here, but the sapper stopped them. I feel the Soviets need to make a combined push somewhere, but how is the question. Still nothing heavier from the Mthis. The force almost ready. Another MG arriving. Belarusians preparing to sneak up on the other flank as well, I imagine. And the MG is just mowing down the pioneers as they try to come up. They are throwing a bolt out and they want to clear out the 100mm. Which they almost succeeded doing. Oh boy, I'm tired. It's been a long day at work today. Well, it's not really been a long day, but I just forgot to eat breakfast. And I really feel that. Panther pushing up. Yeah, I need to eat some food after this. And a very big meat sauce I'm gonna be preparing. More scavenging from the Germans. Good to see they're scavenging the Tiger wreck. Just give them a fair amount because it's considered a heavy tank wreck. Yeah, 50 fuel, that's pretty good. Just getting 50 fuel out so fast at this late stage in the battle. Pretty useful. This 100mm is really being a threat now, taking out Panthers left and right. We're gonna see another Tiger here from the Mthis. And the Wehrmacht is getting another Panther still to replace the lost one. The Russians are sneaking about. Forces are still an Aufklar around. Looks like they're gonna engage with these. Oh, they've been spotted. That's probably dead squad. Unless they can get around the building, which they can. Throwing a... Oh, they didn't throw a grenade yet. Until we're landing down here on the third position. Force them to move. Lots of rockets. Hey, big rockets. And there's 2 Mthis fires as well. While mass T-34s are slowly being repaired. We're on approaching the center again. Half is still lined up and ready to move. But the Mthis has pushed up with the infantry, clearing out this 100mm team. Intact closer to the Panther, but this time the Panther wins out by the looks of it. Empty does pop some smoke to try and get away. The sappers are quickly running around to try and get back to repair stations. And this is a long, long match. T-34 still on the move. Oh my god, it's over an hour long. Oh god! My brain and my eyes. Why do I torture myself like so? I think more victory point maps would be appreciated if people would prefer to play those, but I think people really like Annihilation. 100mm 80 gun set up again. And that's a very big battle force here from the Waffen-SS. Oh, good shot there from the 100mm though. Lots of mines being prepared down the fields. So it's gone full defense mode down there to try and keep the Germans at bay. But the northern flank is still just very troubled. They're pulling back for repairs. Definitely after encountering that 100mm. So the Stumpine is booming off to try and prevent the sappers from taking more mines. They're being thrown, but the Stumpine are just too efficient. Or well, effective, I suppose. Pascal is nearby trying to flank this Emcher. Panther's trying to get a shot. Great Assault destroys the Udon squad. Butcher then the M-shot. Feels like all the turrets that they're getting at this point is just M-chests, at least for the northern flank, and some infantry obviously to replace losses. I'm not sure what other options Motorized has. Like, can they do anything else? I'm not sure. Germans are securing the center point again. And more preliminary artillery is being called in to just, I suppose, deter any movement. With smoke barrage. Another Panther coming out for the Wehrmacht as well again. Soviet or not? I don't think it was Soviets. Oh, bazooka coming through here. A good shot there on the double. Oh, they also used the Captain Panzerfaust. That's a dead Panther. Lots of rockets landing on the southern flank. Does destroy the tanks. They did destroy the truck though. It looks like the Waffen-SS is gearing up for an assault. Like a tank is going to lead the way, but there are mines. They was ready for a move at some point, but they need to be cautious because they know the Panthers are around. The Panthers are... Oh, wait. Oh, the 100mm can hit the Tiger from there? Oh god, okay. That 100mm is scary. The Soviets are still threatening the center here. Every time the Wehrmacht doesn't have a Panther up, the Shermans can just get to work. Ooh, didn't penetrate this time. They was doing a pretty decent job, all things considered. It does fire pretty fast and is accurate on the move. And its chance to penetrate is not bad, as you can see. All the T-44s just mopped up here. They're gonna be an easy target here for the Panthers out in the open. Especially stun stepping like that, that's just gonna make the easy targets. The 100mm is threatening them. One T-44 cleared out. The Germans still fighting the northern flank here. Half at the center again. But those MTs are doing a pretty decent job. I'm honestly surprised at how high their chance to pitch at the front of the Panthers. Guess it just did a pretty good run. And the Resuga takes another Panther. Ooh, the Wehrmacht is not that good at preserving them. Ooh. I think the Soviets might slowly be starving out the German Panzer forces. Making them bleed tanks. But the Waffen says he's still holding on to its Tiger and its two Panthers here. Need to get the Panther repaired again. They have to try to advance, but it's not really working out the best way for them. With Donner squads nearby after all. Donner pretty effective at what they do.
We have more conscripts at our disposal.
More and more conscripts are flooding the field as well. Such a long match. At least it's not 2 hours long. 2 hours long is just too much, in my opinion. That was happened to be pulled back again. And I apologize if my commentary is getting a little bit lackluster, but we're getting really far in and I'm tired. That's not German infantry without any minesweepers. Boy, they don't know that's mines to do it. They can see the fragmentation mine signs, but they don't know that's an actual attack mine. Oh, there's a minesweeper. They dodged that mine just barely. Good, one machine gun gone. Now the Germans can push down here, they just cut in the barbed wire. No, they are clearing it entirely. There we go. Killing one guy in the process, apparently. As the Mthis is pushing up, the T-34's on the move. Arriving here quickly with their machine guns. I think the Germans are slowly getting bled out, but I cannot say for sure. Second Tiger is being prepared by the Waffen-SS. Perhaps the Wehrmacht should consider taking up and perhaps go for a King Tiger? Seems like it's been a very weird game so far, so I cannot say what might be best. Oof, boy. My voice is getting sore. Or my throat, I suppose. Oh, okay, you can activate it all the way over here. The Tiger tank getting a good shot in there. Let's see what happens if we click on follow camera. Now we're seeing what Nabi Gop sees, or what they saw at the time. If we look at Erok Shakur, they're looking over here. You know, 7 is looking here as they push in. That's cool that you have like the follow camera thing. Ooh, and now the Sherman's in trouble. Panther's on the move.
We have lost one of our armored vehicles.
They decide to not keep pushing. The Waffen-SS remains down here, being a threat. Tiger tank also around, which can one-shot the T-34s if it hits, as you can see. That's the power of the 88mm gun. Need to get some more soda here in my cup. I completely drank all of it. I Again, I apologize if my commentary is a little bit lackluster. I'm just... it's a really long match. I don't know why players can endure these long matches. Oh, scavenging with a truck. Very nice to see. Because these matches must be so tiring to play. So exhausting on the mind. It's T-34's advance. Oh, good high explosives round right there, almost killing the Grenadiers. Enters to get up to move. Looks like the Soviets going for a big armored push here. So there's a lot of armor. Tiger tank does have an overblown engine here because they pushed it to the limit, which has a chance the engine gets destroyed. Well, not destroyed, but damaged. So the Soviets are just all packing up the tanks in one big, well, fist, I suppose. Will that be enough to stop 2 Panthers and 2 Tigers if the other Tiger also joins in? 3rd Panther now again, gonna be arriving soon for the Wehrmacht. Udonna pushing up. Remember, the frontal armor of a Tiger is worse than a Panther, which is why the anti-tank raid actually did some work. The Panthers want to get this without the Tiger for support because the Tiger has never gone at the moment. Is this the opening the allied tanks need to use? And they're going for it! They're going for it! Big armored push here from the Shermans. But it looks like the Panthers are holding. The rest of the tanks decide to pull back. It looks like the Panthers are winning out here. And the German infantry pushes through the smoke. Artillery shells land around. While this is happening, the Soviets also secure the northern flank with more conscripts. Trying to get them around. But more and more Soviet tanks are just getting destroyed. This quagmire of death. Panther quickly relocated to the northern flank to deal with the conscripts. And there's so much happening everywhere at the moment. I suppose not really everywhere. Kind of silent down here at the moment. I'm having a hard time concentrating with my eyes now. Oh god. That really tells you how long the match has been if that's happening. Let's keep advancing as well.
We have lost a squad.
The Soviets keep up in the steam on it. Not sure what's going on. Like, what are their thought patterns at the moment on both sides? But whatever the Soviets are doing, it's not really doing that much to stop the Germans right now. The Germans not really able to push in that much either. They're gonna attempt now with that Panther killing down the Belarusian irregular.
Infantry can now rush into our opponents are seizing a sector.
So many tank wrecks. Artillery called in here. The Panthers broke the northern flank. There's a 100mm 80 gun around. Or Hitler you from the field as well, throwing an incendiary grenade, I think. Yep, destroying that machine gun entirely. A 100mm 80 gun being prepared and more rockets being fired in. I guess the Soviets think they can just creep with anti-tank guns now, but the sappers got cleared out. Other sappers gonna move up to repair it though. We'll finish it off, I suppose. Which is going to be a good feature in Coming Heroes 3 that you're not going to have these emplacements the same way. They're going to arrive with a truck. You have to drive them around, which means they can also be mobile. I'm going to be excited to see that. Second Stuka because I believe there's no longer a cap on rocket artillery. Which really means that Katyushas and such can be really dangerous now. Or land mattresses, oh god. Because it's expensive to have a lot of them on the field, but that's how it is. Now there's two 100mm 80 guns to each other. Tiger almost got destroyed here. Half class keeping an eye on it though, I think. You can see him here. Okay. And they have a look. Oh, they're self-destructing the one behind. Okay. Getting a little bit of a refund. So then you're gonna do 100mm creeping, I think. Suppose this attack that could work in this case. Gonna have to pushing up lots of Sturmgewehrs. Molotov. And great assaults as well. But so is mostly dodging. This is actually a Veteran C5 conscript. How the hell are Veteran C5? Yes, the service have the tech up. No, they don't. Yeah, they do have the final tier for or the red banner, so they do actually receive more of a experience gain.
Our soldiers are trained to advance rapidly.
More Panthers being prepared again. The Germans really need to do something else, I think, to get the upper hand.
Ready for action.
Those two was first ready to move though. It took 80 munitions to fire these though. What's the difference here? Oh, one of them is a creeping barrage, right? What's that? Was they the demolition charge? That's a very risky thing to set up out there. But I suppose it's up there now. Mthis relook into the southern flank. So I'm just going to try and prepare a push down here. As more and more armor arrives. I'm still surprised no full take up here for the Wehrmacht. Especially just finds it the game. Excuse me. I'm yawning a little bit here now. It's just that long of a match, like 1 hour and almost 30 minutes. Oh god. Why do I torture myself with these long matches? I just feel it was castable, and it most certainly is, but I'm just gonna get tired. And I suppose the German tanks need to be cautious because there's 100mm. Actually, 2 of them. So it's first firing. Double of them actually. That's a lot of rockets coming in. Oh boy! Followed by some artillery as well. Smoke barrage actually. I guess the Germans are preparing to push. But that could probably have been timed where they wait for the smoke shells to start landing and then fire all the rockets. Potentially. Yeah, because the Germans are really advancing. Germans do still have a hand for up here again. Let's see. A little movement from the Germans. Taking somewhat slow. Did move down another squad here with the Panther. And he will secure the point. Yeah, I guess it just needs to be very cautious because these 100mm guns. Some guy is getting suppressed. I'm pushing up here again. There's not a lot of action at the moment. I don't think anyone will mind if I start skipping time a bit, because not a lot seems to be happening.
Securing our territory.
Wait to see until these tanks start moving again. Mthis is just mostly staying around parked. But we do a recon team here for these Soviets pushing up. Und die Aufklar. And we have more rockets going in. And not doing that much. I suppose one of them do 37 kills actually. Now the Panther is starting to move around a little bit again. More smoke rounds landing in. Still not sure from who, if it's German or if it's Soviet that calls in. But I think it might be German. Kapitan arriving here. And a major. You need to be the major for Soviets with motorized that has close to pocket, but it's very hard to pull off. But if, like, let's just say the Soviets managed to get to this point and decapture it, they could do close to pocket and all the German stuff here would get bombed to hell. I'd probably die. More mines being laid. The Soviets are going right into the battlefield to their mines. Very risky move, but it might pay off. Because it does force the German tanks to not go that way. But while we're talking about that, the Germans are preparing to move another way with their armor. They have like tigers and everything parked here. Now my Panther pulling back. We have Mthis which are trying to counter the Soviet push here over the open fields. This captured MG4 is doing another work. Kapitan also preparing to do an artillery strike. It's gonna be a fire mission, but oh, they got cancelled because of the grenade. Only a few shells will land, I think. I think it's going to be the raining shells. Hansky is pushing up here with the Sturmgewehrs. And very effective at assaulting, as the name would imply. And that's... They didn't clear it out. Oh, because they have replenishing from the truck. There we go, now it's cleared out. German armor's not really moving yet. The convoy is just sitting around. They might be preparing to do a push where they just destroy the Soviet bases if they can manage it. Yeah, I think Germans might be starved out at the moment, somewhat. Because the Soviets are just getting more and more resources. We're speeding up time again. Soviets keep advancing up slowly here, building more 180 guns. 100mm 80 guns. We have another Panther arriving here. And with that, the Germans are turning their vehicles around. And they're going to prepare for full-on Panzer March. Unfortunately, I think the Soviets still have a lot of mines scattered around. Not so much up here, though. Like, if they try to do this tank push down here, that would be suicide. And yeah, they're just doing keeping 100mm. I suppose they've gotten to the point in the game where there's not really anything to do they can do to win. It's very weird to see. I suppose it works in that case. That's why we need coming here free in order to like self-destruct these things, and these things can be moved. Because the trucks can just like move up and grab them and drive them around. Sure, they do it slowly, but they will move them to another position, which is good. The Germans gonna assault or not, is what I'm wondering. Still a 100mm 80 gun here. Also the MTS on the move. They're probably wondering where the German armor is. A Panther line for the Wehrmacht as well. 3 Panthers in the field now for the Wehrmacht. Here we have the Panzer March of the Waffen-SS advancing. But one gets taken out immediately by the 100mm. AT grenade on the side of the Panther. Another Panther down. They are the crew of one of them though. Soviet Air Force called in with a glider. And just advancing. Looks like the Panzer Army is being destroyed here. Red Air Force landing in the middle of the fight. Very risky maneuver. Yeah, that's a suicide for the Soviet paratroopers. Oh, but the Tiger is taken out. On a Panther moving up here. Mthis is pushing in the infantry. This is just a last ditch push by the looks of it. I guess both sides are pretty tired at this point. But the Soviets can just get more and more units out. But they're completely taken out. There's lots of mines being prepared by the Soviet Union. The Soviets are just slowly pushing upwards here. If they can get to this cutoff point, it's basically over. It might be the Soviets' aim at this point. Or the T-54 is going to go for the Stukas. I don't think it knows it's there though, but it's... There you go, it spotted it. That's it, that's Stukas. But more and more Panthers are arriving. And Panther's gonna kill that T-54. There we go. But another 100mm takes it out. Like at this point, it must be over. Like seriously. Yeah. Long ass match and very different match. But I hope you all enjoyed my suffering as I watched through it. And I'll see you on the next one, everyone. Perhaps it'll be coming to Heroes Free. Who knows? Bye bye.